And we're back. Yes, YouTube, yeah, we're back. Your man, DjGps, and my man, CV.
DJ CV.
Yes, sir. And we back again with another episode. I think this might be number 3 or 4. I think it might be 4. Today's topics. Yeah.
What's happening in the streets?
And in the background, Tonga for you. By your man DjGps, go check that out on SoundCloud. That's not on YouTube. As always, we got the infamous Facebook rolling shotgun as always. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Facebook folks. Everybody on Facebook and rest of my man. I don't have a call-in line today. I'm running the Facebook through Alba's Facebook. So you see her doing a live. It's me. Yeah, I gotta get another camera, and I got my YouTube camera running, so I can't take no live in calls today, man. So we're gonna shout out to civilized savage guys out there and Wally Bird them. But yeah, man, so I can't get to you this time. But we can't do that.
I get deeper into.
We cannot do that. So yeah, back to the show. I wasn't watching. I was watching the SoundCloud, so that came in. So I think YouTube might try to block that or something. I had to go ahead if I had to try to edit that. Sorry about that. So I want to start with the FBA movement. Let's start with that. I'm gonna start with that because I'm rolling with that. I'm not with the big rally. Sorry, Tariq Nasheed. I'm really not. And I'm going to go into this why. I'm not with the big rally thing. And I heard, shout out to Uncle Luke. I listened to that thing where Uncle Luke and them was trying to go on you a little bit about the reparation thing. That everybody had their own opinion. My thing is that what they were saying about talking to congressmen and going through the political, what you call it, he calls it, oh my God, I just heard the word, you know, just running in circles, you know, just running in circles, doing unnecessary paperwork, whatever, to get the congressman and get this bill, this and that. But I'm all with that. I'm all with you saying, man, we bypassing all that, we just gonna bum rush the joint. I can understand that too, but as a revolutionary, as a foundation of Black America and B1, I'm like, bruh, you're going to have all of our top rank commanders, leaders, forefront generals, sheiks, whoever, we're going to have all of our best in one place at one time.
In this particular society. I mean, if they don't care about shooting us in grocery stores and churches, what better place? Let's have a rally.
Let's have a rally.
Well, back in the 70s, we used to say, let's give out some free government cheese. That way I know I can get all of you, all in one spot.
Exactly. I'm not with it. I know.
Those of you that aren't going to kill each other, we can get the rest of you all by coming to this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tariq, nothing but love. This how we see it. You know, it is not a feeling thing. I don't use feelings to make no decisions ever on anything. I do not use emotion. Emotion is just not even necessary. I use emotion when I hold a little baby or help grandma across the street. Besides that, nah, bro, this is straight logic to me. And even yourself and Jason, like, we are at war. If we are at war, we should be acting like we're on a war front. How are we gonna put our top leaders, our top commanders, our top generals, our top admirals, our scholars, our scientists, our doctors, all of our main components to run our own nation? Why would we put them in a vulnerable situation down Washington, D.C.? D.C.'s already prepared, already prepped for some riot shit. They already prepped from January 6th, so they prepped.
And check this out. They've already told us that they don't give a shit. I'm sorry. They don't care whether cops shoot us down in a crowd or not. They don't care about that. They don't care about shooting their own babies in churches. So what makes us think that they would bat an eye about shooting us down anywhere that they can.
Oh,
and then say, oops.
They ain't gotta shoot. They ain't gotta listen. They ain't gotta shoot. They can microwave our ass down there. They can release some gas down that mode. They can release some anthrax. They can send some people down there with that Rona to get through the crowd. Anything. I don't put nothing past them folks.
And they
I know what they do.
And they could be using it just to be able to find a way of tagging us, to find out where they can come back to find us at home.
Exactly.
Because if they can find us at home, they can pick us off one at a time, and we're not at a rally, so they don't get any attention. They can tell us it's another drug bust. You know, you people of color, you wear drugs all the time. You're the main consumers of drugs. Well, I'm sorry, but how the fuck does it get here? I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say fuck him.
After the, I think after the first 2 minutes or something, I look at the clock, but anyway.
But I'm sorry, some of us, you know, we sit back and we think about it, okay, this way might work for this particular group. They can walk up in there, like white females, they can walk up in there anytime that they want to. But, you know, we've been Washingtonians for some time now. We watched how this shit works. And here's how we see that it ain't working. Because, you know, you come to D.C. and you want to have your rallies, but you never come through Southeast. So, you know, you all love us, right? Because y'all got y'all got a funny way of showing it. So if y'all don't come through where we live, why should we go? Oh, like our parents used to say, don't shit where you eat.
That's right. That's right.
You're shitting on us, and we understand this is where you need to eat, motherfuckers, if you're really serious about it. Now, of course, you prove how serious you are because you never come to the Northeast, Southeast. We're right here. You never go to the Northeast, Southeast as part of Baltimore, where you all come from Chicago, everywhere you from. You coming here and acting like there's no people of color where I live. I've never seen one of you all before, so you all must be thugs. We're the ones that sign up to your military. So maybe it's time for us not to be mercenaries anymore. We've had enough of that shit.
On that note,
I'm sorry.
No.
But white folks, back in the 70s, you all were listening to Gil Scott-Heron, weren't you? What part of that did you all not believe? I get it. He wasn't cursing, so I got to curse to get your attention. It's not that we don't have good vocabularies that we can use, but it's the only way that it seems that we can get your attention. It's not our attention that we need to get. We get our attention every time we close our door to go outside. Where you at? Tell me, where you at? You can come down to our clubs in DC, yeah. You can sell your marijuana in our neighborhoods that you lock us up for, yeah. We see how much you love us. Just because we have our eyes closed doesn't mean that we can't see. Oh, back in the day, we used to call that the funk. Getting all up into the funk. And then some. Those of you all that are radical and that really want to come see us. Come talk to us. How come we never see you on your news programs?
Look, check this out. I'm a strong fan of the underground. I've always learned the underground way, the guerrilla style, revolutionary type. I say we need to keep this movement just the way we got it. Okay, we don't need to be doing a rally.
We need to pay attention.
We need to pay attention. Because I will be, and see, that's one thing, bro, Tariq, and whoever else, y'all go for this thing, y'all got to think about if any person gets hurt or loses soul from y'all event, it's going to be a problem. If anything goes wrong, any damage, anything downtown, federal property, any of that shit, bruh, that's you really put yourself in the whole movement in a serious crosshead situation by trying to promote this rally.
So do you want to actually test to see if we can be like Columbus and see if we can put more than 60 bullets in a brother at one time? Is that what the issue is? We want to try that out?
If we're gonna pull up somewhere, that's where you need to pull up at. Okay,
But
it's some real things that need to be pulled up on. Okay, our recreation battle, that had to be fight just the way we fight it on social media, on the underground. Pull up situations when a brother gets shot 60 times and ain't shot back at the cop, ain't fired around. We got a problem with that. That's what we need 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 people for. We need that for that.
And you don't have to have a so-called national picked leader. You go out there and organize yourself.
Now, that's one thing I have to give shout out to Tariq Nasheed that he does, and also the Black Authority, Jason Black. They don't put themselves as a leader. The code is the leader. Being on code that we ain't going for no black disrespect, we ain't going for no black second in line, none of that. We ain't going for none of that no more. Okay, that's being on code. Being on code is making sure that your black brother right next to your black sister is cool. You see a little black child out on the street, yeah, well, your people, you good. That's what being on code is. That old Northeast neighborhood love type of code.
Yes, that's all we knew.
That's all we knew. Okay?
Hey, we called the cops to clean it up afterwards.
Basically.
The community, we're taking care of this.
Don't even worry about it.
Oh, and the thing about it, they call these dirty cops now, but those were the ones that we would allow in back in the day.
Exactly. They the one that had to work. They was getting the wholesale work out before they had to turn it in. Allegedly.
Even our politicians back then were different. Even the politicians would think of you and say, hey, I need that vote because I need to get to my point of reference, my point of power. This isn't any power if we're doing everything out in the streets like that. The power is to make sure if you're going to do something, make sure that you're consistent with your action. So that means like that vote. Everybody doesn't like the vote. But at the very minimum, that's just a couple hours out of your day. It ain't that damn hard. Just step up and say, hey, listen, I voted for you. So I'm going to put you on blast. I'm going to throw everything out there at you. Because whether you know it or not, if I didn't vote for you, I'm still paying your salary.
Yeah.
That's the type thing that we go knock on doors for.
I am not. That after this Biden sting, I think I'm done with this administration. That's it. I'm done with the voting thing, bro. That's my own personal opinion.
That's fine.
I'm not doing the voting. Until somebody talk about reparations.
The person that talks about reparations, where are they?
Tangibles.
Where are they right now?
Okay.
Because we got one that ran for president last time that could have gone this time and should have gone. We didn't want to vote for him. We didn't want to pay attention to him because he was Latino. But he was the only one that was talking reparations. Rubio.
Rubio? That's news. You learn something new every day.
I know. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. But see, that's the hoodwink on getting a vote. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just because they say one thing, you got to watch their actions. That's all I'm saying. All of it, no matter what particular avenue you decide that you want to approach it in, all of it is a doable. But if you want to stand up there and protest, you want to walk up and down the streets, at least walk with your eyes open. I ain't taking my children to nothing like that. I ain't taking grandma, grandpa. No. That is for those that are ready to. They're soldiers. They're soldiers better than me because they talk that nonviolent stuff out there, and I'm hard turning that other cheek. You got to be trained for that. I don't have that type of training. It's hard when you attack me for me to turn around and say, you know what, I love you anyway. Kumbaya, okay?
Nah, bruh. You already know we only, nah, bruh.
We need it all, though. We need to attack it in all points. We're allowing these people to control our school board. I mean, come on. We even have the nerve to get upset because there's no prayer in school. What are you doing at home?
Do you really want to get on that? Hold up. All right.
We never really offer that, are we?
No, let me tell you something. Did you watch the one of the Young Thugs? Shout out to Young Thugs, man. I hope you get your shit together. Young Thugs bail hearing, and he had a young dude. Young dude must have been about 15, 16 years old. He came up and spoke for Young Thug's behalf, and how Young Thug has mentored him, and how he goes out and mentor young kids, and this and other. And Young Brother's doing positive things at a young age. And the judge is looking at him, right? And I'm looking at the expression of the judge, and it's like, you think ain't no black intelligent young men out here, huh? Because the judge had to look on his face like, damn, where'd you come from, black smart young boy? You know, I don't say the other word, but yeah, he was looking like amazed. And I'm sitting there like, oh, you didn't know we exist, huh? I'm getting with this, it's a whole bunch of them got their head together. Let me finish. Okay. So the judge asked me, he said, young man, where'd you go to school at? He literally said, I was homeschooled. End of story. End of story, bro. Like I was daughters on the break come out. If I had any kids, homeschool, bro. I'm not gonna put my kids in danger of public school. I'm not gonna put my kids in moral danger of public school of what they teaching with the rainbow, bacon, lettuce, tomato situation. No.
How about even the fact of they're not even safe fucking in school?
They're not safe from bullies. They're not safe from people who might be pissed off and come here and blast the place. They're not safe from all these pedophiles, teachers. They're not safe from none of that. That young man killed, it's a couple of years now. They found that young man rolled up in a car in the back of a gym somewhere.
Down in Atlanta. That was Atlanta.
I wouldn't dare have my child in no public school. No, sir. I don't care what they do. I said it, yeah. Your man, DjGP. I'm not having my child in no public school.
I'm not upset with that. I'm upset with the fact that more people aren't thinking about, okay, if I don't homeschool, I know somebody that's smart enough to do it.
It's a good, listen, all you gotta do is write the Department of Education, you want your homeschool kid. And I'm not talking about the state, going to the state telling you want your homeschool kid. No, I want you to go to the feds and get your homeschool kid. Department of Education, United States Department of Education, right down in DC, go online, go down there, whatever you gotta do, and get your homeschool kit for your child. School your child at home. If you have to work, you put the ring on his ass. Have his ass in front of that Ring camera the whole time you're at school while you're at work, and you peep at your phone and watch your damn child.
The other part about that is, we got smart enough people in our community. You homeschool your kid. Well, next week, I'm going to have this brother I know that's an engineer. Have him come in and teach my children about how engineering is. Give them the real basic shit they need to look for.
Facts.
Do the mathematics. You know somebody that they are very good at math. They're very good at teaching math. They may not have their PhD in math, but the concept is the same. You can't tell a lie on math. Math is math is math. If you want to have a situation where you want to talk about world events, what's happening in our motherland, where we're from in Africa, we don't have to wait for the television to do that. We know enough people that can come in and tell us that. Or we can pay attention to YouTube University. That they're all doing that.
Hey, that YouTube University, you better give it a program. Stop watching this goofy stuff and feed your brain.
Get a book club together. Do an exchange on books. Do an exchange on all media that there is. Because that's the true info.
Yeah, I think I'm about except for the necessary stuff I need for my Prince project. I'm about to get rid of the rest of these books. Like when I did try to move, I got a whole bunch of law books. I got a 10 law library here, but they're outdated. That's when I tried to move them, and I went and researched and found certain things that changed. I was like, oh man, these things really not even no good no more. So all you college people who spend all the money on college books, and then they change them every year.
Here's the only issue with that. You need some lawyers to get in contact with you, because what they may have out may have circumvented the previous law, but every time you have to go into federal court, they always pull up cases that are old and then equate the old case to something that may have changed to see if it's fitting. Remember, the problem with law is it's not mathematics. It ain't cut and dry. Mathematics is cut and dry. You learn your code, computer, that's cut and dry. It's either going to work or it's not. It's ones and zeros. If you want to mess with the law, that takes a different type of kahunas. But there are people out there, our people out there that do that shit all the time.
Rest in peace, Judge David Wayne Miller. Let me tell you something. Judge David Wayne Miller showed me the math interface to grammar, to the English grammar. Once I learned that, and to disregard the verbs and anything that changes the fact, and I went and go through how to go through contracts now, we not having that word. You're not gonna pencil with me no more.
We're not gonna have that word salad.
No, that word salad. You're not gonna word salad me. You're not gonna verb me to death. You're not gonna pronoun me to death.
Because that's another way of trying to toss the salad, and we ain't doing that either.
Hey Slim, we not falling for none of the grammatical or that word, that word play that they've been using. How they try to use words in the wrong way, and there's a lot of us not falling for that either. So a lot of people, when I say quantum grammar, they look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, dude, that's one of the reasons why I got caught up, and millions of other people got caught up in that housing crunch. I lost the house down in Wheaton because of the language. Yeah, I better get y'all language skills together. It's a whole bunch of things that we need to work on as a people in the movement besides some rally.
One of my issues with language, sometimes I've gone places where the accent has been so hard, I had to ask the question, what language are you speaking? Now, I'm not very proficient with this language that they forced us into using in this continent.
What language you want? English?
Yes. This is a forced upon language.
What the Indians used to call that shit? Oh my God.
But history lessons would teach us also that German was almost our language of choice for these white hair Americans. Check out
my last name is German.
So is mine. So ask Benjamin Franklin what language he wanted to have as an official language, and it's written down. The official language of the United States was either going to be German by his choice, or it was going to be French. That's why he had such an affinity to go to France. No, just hold on to that for a minute.
No, I'm gonna smoke that. If I stay over here, I'm gonna smoke that.
Pull on that for a minute.
Shit, I'll put man.
Those of us that know our history, it is incumbent upon you to share it. So everybody that has a child that's homeschooling, all of the history that you remember from the black Russians, the black Germans, how they treated all of us that came from Africa, that forced us into the migration to have to get here to these Americas after the so-called slavery. That's the reason why we have the issue at our border in South America, because the U.S. government has jacked it up to the point where those people can't live in their countries of origins. It's not because of anything else, and this is a world mentality. I'm not talking about colorism, I'm talking about power.
Now, I see, I got a problem with immigration thing, because I guess because I am a foundation of black, we are black people. Me and you both know this, that if we had a country and the government want to act up, or the drug gang's gonna act up, you're gonna have to kill me to take my great-granddaddy's great-granddaddy 3 banana tree and fig tree, whatever we get, whatever they grow down there, and my little 3, 4, 5 huts we got on this little corner by the side of the mountain, by this little creek. We dying over that.
You can have that argument when you're fighting with knives, when you're fighting with rocks. When you're fighting with AKs, that's not very much of an argument.
What are they talking? Down there, they got them, you can get them. Okay? You can go right to the, if you want to come to the U.S., you can go right to the U.S., get you some guns, and come back there. If guns is not a problem, they still got guns from Contra. It's still old Israeli Uzis and everything. Like that old M16 I got. They got old M16s. They still got them down there. They no. If as black people, if we had a home where we at, where we're from, okay, if you ain't the Russian army, if you ain't just coming over taking everything over like the U.S. Obama and shit up, if you're not doing that, and you just a punk ass government or some drug dealing gang, well, you're not rolling us up out of there that easy. We're not gonna just, we're gonna leave and run to America. Hell no, niggas is gonna be fighting. Fighting.
I only got one response to that.
Y'all leave me know in the comment section. YouTube, Facebook, leave me know. Black, what? Beautiful is down there. You think we just gonna, they're killers. They got the dope. Nah. The whole goon section of the village is gonna set something up for that ass. So next time they come around here, we don't play like that.
Remember, we thought about that in South Africa.
I could be wrong.
No.
A man admits when he's wrong. If you feel that I'm wrong, saying that if we was at our own country, we not rocking like that. You got to do more than just some government and some drug dealers to get us about uproot us and make us go to another country. You crazy shit, bro.
Remember our recent history, though. Our recent history of South Africa. The way South Africa was taken over and the way it's still being controlled is from the military, those that are in power, not the people that look like you and I. Okay? When Obama sat in the White House, was a black man in power, or was all the white boys telling him he couldn't do what he thought he might be able to do, where they were the ones in power? We kept talking about he wasn't doing this, he wasn't doing that. See, the system is, when they can stack that debt, or whether they want to, you can talk that if you want. The power is the gun and the bullet.
And you know what? I'm gonna put Tariq's name in the title. But see, this YouTube situation works like, if you ain't no big YouTuber, they don't pay you no mind. Sometimes you might have to throw their name in the title because they might think you dissing or whatever. I'm gonna throw his name in the title so he can hear our opinion. And we from DC.
Yeah.
So you want to come to DC? Won't you I ain't gonna say check in, but won't you get with somebody from DC that's on team, that's on code?
Come talk to us.
And get the layout of how you can strategically do this. And they say Howard's having their homecoming at the same time. That'll be the last place I would want to rally at Neva is Howard. I'm not messing with them. The way they did that sister, nah. That'd be the last place I even think about having a rally is at Howard. They've been stuck up since I was a teenager, so I know we ain't right. I know FBA ain't rocking with them like that, really. Okay? But you need to get with somebody from DC, and we could do the rally, and we don't have to put it on the mainstream, and it could be tactical where we ain't gonna see nobody. Like I would think Haynes Point, well, you got to come into there. You just not gonna. We gonna see you coming. You got to know DC. You got to know where you gonna put that thing at.
Anacostia Park.
Anacostia Park. They know they not coming down there.
Malcolm X Park.
Malcolm X Park. They not coming over there neither. That's all uptown. I would definitely go against anything downtown DC near Monuments, Federal Buildings. I would no, bro. Don't do this. You know, I really don't like it. Love you to death. Love the movement. I don't like this plan.
The other part about it is we don't have to always telegraph our moves. There's enough FBI and CIA, those jokers in our crowds anyway. We don't have to give it to them. I'm sorry. We weren't supposed to say that word. We know that you're watching us because we have those of you that have watched us that have told us that you're watching us. So we know you know that we know you know. You don't just have a hard time showing your love for us. Man, they're still behind the door. You know what I'm saying? We always got to be there. We work in the White House, we work in the Capitol. So we got people inside too. Time to wake up. Yeah. That's the job.
Okay. Sometimes I had to marinate when he gives sometimes I had to marinate and try to put in the context. And I feel you. I really feel you. But I just really the methods of the past of trying to get what we need as a people has really just not been working. And if we don't come up with some new revolutionary underground tactics like in the Harriet Tubman days, we're gonna be short, man. We're gonna be short. Well, it's just not stopping. I want to stop this track. There we go. All right, this track stop. Keep the movement underground on social media. I don't like it. I don't do it. Another thing I wanted to get into is like, when I was speaking about Uncle Luke on the video I had with Tariq, he was telling about the process that you go through, like a civics class, like the process you go through to get to the congressman table, get bill, get legislation, to go to the legislative process. We need to start looking at these young brothers like, look, you got to do something for the people. You've got to get into politics, or you got to go in the police department. We got to infiltrate like they infiltrate. We got to